Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky, and we're with A Couple of Bees Read.
Yes, and we also enjoy our weekly wine. What is our weekly wine, Becky?
This is the Conte de Terra, and it is Malbec, and I saved
it.
Yes, I saved it especially for you, because I know this is one of your favorite wines. So let's see if you can guess what this one is. I guess I'm just going to drink it.
Ooh, there's a sweetness to this. Is there blueberry?
Close.
It's a different berry.
No. Well,
not a different berry?
Yes, it is. It really, I guess you could say it's a different berry, but it's dark plum.
Plum, okay.
And blackberry. And it has an aftertaste of violet. Although I've never eaten a violet.
I have not eaten a violet.
I do not know.
Oh, that is delicious.
It is just yummy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it would go really well with, I think of Bo's, what he calls his Hobbit stew.
Oh yeah, good beef stew.
That would be so good with it. It would.
Oh yeah, any red meat. Oh, this would pair.
Sure. Yeah, but I think I like a good charcuterie board too. I think it would be with the pepperonis and the salamis and things like that. I think
get you some of that like cranberry goat cheese like we had at the beach.
That is so good. I love that.
Oh, I should have brought some over.
Yes.
I have some.
Well, shame on
I'm sorry.
Oh.
But as good as this wine is, I think the depth, the darkness really pairs well with the book we're talking about.
Yes, because this is a very dark book, I'm going to tell you. It's called Out of the Thicket by Drew Kizer, who is one of our buddies.
Yes.
He's in your critique group. That's how you got to know him.
And we've had him on
yes,
before.
We have interviewed him. Yes.
When his book of short story Burdens came out, and Burdens still like one of my favorite short story collections.
Yes. And then he has the one called Sufficient Grace, and it's about it's off of My Life verse that, and he talks in there. It's a Christian perspective about chronic illness, and he talks about that, and just a lovely man with a lovely family. Yes. We met his wife and his children and his father and. Just a wonderful, wonderful group of people.
And Drew is so kind and so unassuming. We went to his book launch for Out of the Thicket.
Yes.
And he was so surprised that we showed up because I saw that he posted it online. I was like, we've got to go.
Yeah.
And we went immediately. He's come to anytime I've had a book event in Birmingham. He's been there. And he's such a good friend. He's such a kind heart. And this book I got to read it while it was in progress.
Yes.
In the critique group.
And then I read the finished product.
Yes. So this book, there were parts of it that made me cry. There were parts of it that gave me nightmares.
Yes. I will tell you, there are like the nightmare thing is like one of my deepest fears.
Yeah.
I know. And it's just like, oh my God. I was like, when I was reading it, I was going, I can't breathe. What's going on?
That wasn't even the part that got to me. There's a part in the water, and like this critique group with Drew, they learned this because my two fears are drowning and snakes. And of course, within the same week, Drew and our other group member, Drew wrote about drowning, and our other group member wrote about snakes. And I was just like, thank you guys. I'm so happy to be here
this week.
But this book, it will keep you guessing. I'm going to let Becky give you the plot because it's been a while since I've read it.
Yes. I really could not put it down. It was one of the, I had to find out how this was going to end because this village called Yana, it has and this just started like out of the blue.
And it isn't a fantasy era, like fantasy historical era.
Yeah. Yes.
The culture is very reminiscent, I think, of biblical cultures that we see. So keep that in mind.
Yes. And there's a plague that has hit this village, and every year, every 12-year-old male just evaporates into thin air. Mm-hmm. They just disappear. And there's this woman who is she's the main character, and she lost her son and lost her husband, and everybody sees her as this bitter old widow. And then all of a sudden this starts happening. I mean, it hadn't always happened. It just out of the blue started happening, and they didn't know what was going on. And so it goes on that every year, and she decides that she's going to prepare these families and these children for the disappearance.
Yeah, and this is Hannah. She's
Hannah,
the one pictured on the cover.
Yes.
That cover is so cool.
And his daughter did this.
Was it his daughter?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She is the one that she came up with all of this. So this is really like a family effort, you know.
Yeah, this is
everything.
Amazing.
And it's, I mean, if that cover doesn't just like get your attention and go, wow, what in the world is in between the covers, you know, you're gonna. But anyway, it's okay. Hannah, you know, she thinks she's doing something good, and she makes up this story about when they disappear, they go to a better place, and you know, they're there, and there's a banquet table, and there's all these great, wonderful things, and they're roaming through the meadows, and they're doing all this. I mean, she has no idea. Nobody knows where these kids have gone. She knows nothing, but in her, she is trying to give them hope. You know, she's trying to relieve the grief of the parents, so that she's trying to give them something to latch on to, that their children are in a better place, kind of thing. And it's literally, they come together, and the dad holds the son, and the mother is like got her arms wrapped around, but she's looking at their child in the eye as they just dissipate into thin air, and they just disappear. And the thing about Hannah is she goes through a lot of things, and she says, you know, as she's sitting by the seashore trying to contemplate, because her son does drown, and this whole thing, and she tries to contemplate what's going on, and she says she keeps hearing these voices, and the voices of the boys that have disappeared, and they're saying, help us, help us. Then it's join us, join us. It kind of, the refrain she hears changes over a period of time. And then you have the chief elder in the village. We do not like him.
We don't like him
at all.
No.
Okay.
No.
And that's about all I'm going to say about him, because if I say any more, I'll tell you what happens and all this, and that will ruin the story for you. So just know, we do not like him. We don't like him. And at first, you may not like Hannah through a lot of this.
Yeah.
I think Drew even said he didn't even like Hannah when he was writing her originally.
Well, within critique, and I can remember that was something we discussed in critique group, because I came in, he'd already done a couple of chapters, and I came in, so I didn't know the beginning. And he was like, well, what do you think of Hannah? And I was like, oh, she's kind of mean. She's a little mean, a little bitter. But I feel like there's a reason for that. And that is something Drew does really well.
Yes. Is
like, even though you have these incredibly flawed characters who are not nice, they have a reason for it, and your heart breaks for these characters. And gosh, that, like, Hannah's redemption arc.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole story is about sacrificial. I know, it's about sacrificial love. It's what you're willing to do for someone else,
and it's such a beautiful book.
It is.
It is. You're gonna feel every feeling.
I cried. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, there were so many times in here that I just cried. You know, I did. I really did. But in the end, everything you know, I really don't like books that don't have happy endings, and this book kind of has both.
Yeah.
It kind of has a happy ending, but it kind of doesn't have a happy ending. I've never seen
sort of a bittersweet.
Yeah, that I guess that's the best way to describe
and
it.
let me tell you how long I had to wait for this ending, like over a year, because I missed the meeting where he sent the final pages, and I had gone through this book with him, and
then you missed it. Oh,
and I
Lord.
missed it.
Oh.
And I'd gone through this book with him, and every meeting I'm like, Drew, how is this going to end? And that's what keeps you reading, because you're like, I don't see.
I had to get to the end.
Yeah.
I had to find out.
And because for me, as a crime writer, as someone who's also dabbled in horror and other genres, it's like, okay, there's got to be an out for the characters. I don't see the way out, but there's got to be an out.
There's got to be a way out, yeah.
And I can just finally getting that ending in my hands. And
I mean, the ending was spectacular.
Yes, and he mailed it to me, and I like pull it out of the box, and I'm like, "Where's the end?"
Yeah,
but of course it was.
It truly was a spectacular ending. So I told you a little bit, not a lot, but I can't say too much, or it will ruin it for you. But I'm going to tell you, this was definitely a 5-star read. You should pick it up. It's called Out of the Thicket, and as you're reading through it, you get to that part and you go, this is why it's called Out of the Thicket, and you'll recognize it when you get to it in the book. But just a wonderful book. You're gonna feel all the feels in it. Mm-hmm. You really are. And but you're not going to be able to put it down, because you're going to have to know what happens in the end. And like I said, it's almost like it's a double ending. It's the bittersweet part of it. It's all about, what are you willing to do for love? And even I said, maybe that's not even the right term. What are you willing to do to show love? To be there for someone else. What are you willing to sacrifice? So it's about sacrificial love, and it is just. It's a great book. I just kind of stumbling around because it's just wonderful, and I so much want to tell you the end.
No,
but I cannot,
because that's what makes it so good.
For you.
So guys, it is available on Amazon. It is available if you're in the States. It should be available in local bookstores.
Yes.
But definitely check out Amazon. Definitely grab a copy. This book will touch your heart. I know this is. Because of the subject matter, it's not really a Christmas book, yet we are reviewing it in the Christmas season. I do think that the overall message, though, if you celebrate Christmas for the reasons that we celebrate Christmas, does go along with the Christmas narrative.
I think so, too, because like I said, it's all about what will you do for love? How much of yourself do you give to help others and to show love for others?
Yeah. Absolutely. So guys, definitely give it a read. It is Out of the Thicket by Drew Kizer. And
follow Drew on social media. He's there.
Yes.
And his talented family, sweet
Absolutely.
family.
Okay. And guys, please like and follow. And we are planning to have Drew back on at some point. We just got to set it up when we're not all running around crazy.
Probably after the first of the year. Christmas is coming soon.
Christmas is coming. All right. So guys, Merry Christmas. What are you reading? What are you drinking? Let us know in the comments. Bye.